Oh, it's not on yet. Yeah, all right.
Hey. Okay. Well, welcome to Woman Crush Every Day. And we are going to recap episode 5 of the L Word, Generation Q.
You're Tang.
I am Tang, and you are Al Wu. And let us know, because we are down to 3 more episodes left after this. So what are you watching right now? What has some Black queer female characters on it that you want us to review? We're thinking about what our next thing is going to be for Woman Crush Every Day.
Yeah.
So let's get into the episode.
Yeah, let's do it.
What's a good one? Do you want to start with overall thoughts?
Overall thoughts. I thought this was a pretty good episode. It was really exciting. It was great to see Kiara in the mix. We explored some really cool topics in terms of the trans, like the layers in that between Micah and Jose. I thought that was pretty cool. Bet almost kills a guy.
Oh my God.
And actually, I hope he's dead. Actually, I mean, not really, but I mean, like,
he looked very much alive.
He did, but I need him to die like a couple days later. I need to totally ruin her campaign. I need her to just give up, go back to Felicity.
Please go back to Felicity.
What else was really exciting in this episode?
The throuple is my favorite part of this episode.
Yeah.
I just think that's really exciting. I'm gonna call them NAG because it's Nat, Alice, and Gigi.
That's funny.
And I just thought it made it a really fun episode. And getting deeper into Finley, I'm hating her less, mostly because I feel bad for her now.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I hate Finley any less. I still think she's corny, but whatever. You know, I guess, to see the layers in her and why. Oh my God, not Finley, Sarah. What?
Okay, so, we need to just jump in.
Let's just jump in. Yeah.
Okay.
Are we starting from the beginning, or are we starting from where are we starting from?
Let's start with Finley.
Okay,
so Finley is at the bar. Tess goes into the back, the private room, finds Finley there asleep, and Finley has been hungover, has ended up sleeping at the bar, wakes up. Tess has just been on the phone with her sponsor. Is that what they call when
something like
you're
that? Yeah.
in Alcoholics Anonymous, somebody helps you. She's called her person. They're like, you need to help somebody. And who does she find but the helpless and hungover Finley? So she and Finley go out to eat. And she, says that she's sober. Finley looks at her like, I'm not doing that. I'm not trying to process feelings and shit. And so Finley realizes that she needs to go apologize to Rebecca, whom she's told is a fake priest.
Yeah.
And Rebecca pretty much tells her, like, you're not ready for a relationship. I'm trying to get married. You have a lot of trauma to deal with. And Finley's like, I don't know what you're talking about. Goes off on her bike, talks to her dad, who reveals her sister Faith is getting married.
That was so bold. Like, oh man, yes. I'm sorry. She called her dad though, and then the dad is like, "Yeah, I made your sister's engagement party. You didn't get the word." I'm like, "Oh no, they didn't invite her. They didn't invite her." She's like, "Oh, she's getting married in a few months." And then he like hurries off the phone, like, and talk to you later, Sarah. And then Finley breaks down, and she's really distraught by that situation, and should be. I mean, a lot was revealed.
Like she's not even invited to the wedding. Like, she's like, "Can I come to the wedding?" And he's like, "Oh, gotta go." It's like, damn.
Yeah, but you know what? That makes her fake priest comment so much more real, because it's like you came from a situation where they are really about the church. You know, her sister's name is Faith. They have these like really biblical names and stuff like that. And they don't want her around, So for Rebecca to be the kind of person who is religious but is still accepting, it's like, oh yeah, you're not real. You're not real, but that's cool. So that was interesting.
That was interesting. I actually gained a lot of respect for Rebecca in this episode, because they did have this like parent-child relationship kind of happening, where Rebecca seems to have it together, is really responsible, is almost like caring for Finley, and Rebecca really, for the second time, kicked her out and put her foot down and said, this is a boundary for me. I can't move forward with you. You're not ready for anything. which I think was really hard for Finley to hear. But it's like one of the first times I've seen somebody actually care for Finley in a way that makes sense if you actually love this person.
Yeah.
So,
thanks.
But it all goes downhill because the person who I thought was going to come through for Finley, which is Tess, is also going through a breakup because she and Lena are not together anymore. Because Lena has fucked Shane.
The owner of the bar now.
Yes.
Just so messy.
Shane's
messy. So messy with that one.
So messy. And so Tess is, calling Lena. She's not picking up. Tess reaches for the tequila, some of the brands that I really like. and she takes Finley down the drinking hole with her. And they end up fucking.
By the end of the night, that is our 3 fuck quota. You got to have at least 3 sex scenes in every episode. So they take it down. The first sex scene, though, was brought to us courtesy of Kiara and Shane.
Yep.
Where some really interesting information is revealed. Kiara's pregnant. Kiara's pregnant. She's kind of like, I know I sent those divorce papers. Oops. But... you can kind of do with that what you want to do. I'm a fan of you. I really like you. I don't need you. And now we're kind of, I guess, well, then by the end of the episode, they end up going to a concert together.
Angie's play.
Yeah, not a concert. Sorry. They end up going to Angie and Jordy's play. And I don't know. It seems like they're going to work some things out. But that was interesting to see how that worked out. What do you think?
I think that's really interesting to see how Kiara might be a single mom in a relationship, but I also see how I think she's hoping that Shane is going to get on board, and she's watching how Shane interacts with Angie, who is pretty much her niece, and just how Shane is playing that auntie role and being really caring and nurturing. I think Kiara's feels safe having a kid around Shane, even if Shane is not ready for that move.
Yeah, if I had to put any money on it, I would say that that's definitely going to continue in a positive direction for the both of them. And even if Kiara doesn't stay around for the rest of the show, that their relationship will be in a good place.
I think so. So I'm happy that they're back together. Well, I don't know if they're together, but that they're back in cahoots with one another and seemingly, in a positive place. And Kiara is fine. It's also nice to see somebody with like braids on the show.
You think she did them herself? You think she had to get them? Then nobody on staff is looking.
They were super fresh. She probably had to have her own hair artist because Black people always have to bring their own people onto the show. Hopefully they have a hairstylist, but they always pick like Black people with that like Gap brand of curly hair so that they don't need a stylist. Kiara seems like she maybe has that, but maybe somebody was like, pause, we need to blacken this up a little bit. Give her some braids. They look cute too. They were fresh.
Yeah, they do look nice. They look nice. So something else that was interesting, Nat, Alice, and Gigi's fiasco, watching their relationship, this throuple happen. So they wake up the next morning after their debaucherous night, and the kids are actually knocking on the door. They're at the house. They're at Alice's and Nat's house, and kids, boom, boom, boom. You know how they do. They hop in the bed. These kids are. I would never live with kids like this. I was like, no.
Go fix yourself something in the kitchen. Like, leave me alone.
Y'all need to go find something to do. I would have been yelling at to go somewhere. Either way, they have to make the room. They have to like prepare, which was so funny to watch. Like they're like trying to spray the room. And it smells like sex all over.
Like put this on.
Gigi has to like hop out of the back door to come around to the front door to say, hey kids, I'm ready to start this day.
Which is all unnecessary because I feel like none of their kids are old enough to even put this together. Maybe I'm not giving kids enough credit, but it's just like, I feel like y'all could have just said like, oh, we were up having a conversation because we're all parenting you. Like,
that's fair.
They were more worried about it. And it's funny because I feel like that is true in poly relationships. Like when I listen to podcasts giving out poly advice, a lot of parents call in and say, how do I explain this to my kids? And it's just like, actually, your kids don't care yet. Actually, wait till they're, 11 and you can have a real conversation. Because right now they're just like, are you going to make me pancakes?
Yeah, I mean, the beating on the door thing is like, they don't care.
They don't. They're not putting it together. They're like, great, more people here to serve me. Because kids are just little tyrants. They don't care about your relationships.
Maybe that's why Shane is trying to skirt. She's already seen it.
No. Shane's gonna crumble. She's gonna fall in love with the baby and be Daddy Shane.
I would agree with that. That's where I definitely see that going.
Yes.
But what we find out though is that Nat has an attitude about that whole situation. I'm assuming Gigi probably hit that spot on Alice just right. Nat peeped game. No, actually, the explanation that happens is Nat is upset that Gigi gets everything she wants. Like, she cheated on her, but she's kind of able to come back in and fulfill all the roles in the relationship and have access to Alice, who is Nat's favorite person.
Yeah.
And yeah.
And I think Nat has a right to be worried because Alice and Gigi seem to agree on a lot more things than she and Nat do. And Alice and Gigi seem to have a good connection. They are clearly attracted to each other, and Alice just keeps looking at Gigi.
Yeah.
All the time. Like, she's just like,
yeah, she's really into Gigi, which is okay. We're gonna see how that rolls.
Yeah, I predict they are going to leave Nat behind, and she's going to be the nanny, just like she was mistaken for being last episode.
Ooh, ooh. Yeah, good call.
Yeah, but it was interesting to see them try to negotiate. Are they going to be out to people? Are they going to tell the kids? How are they going to function in public? Which all seems too early because they just got together the night before.
Yeah.
But I can see why they wanted to start having these conversations. They don't come to any conclusions because clearly they're just still figuring this out. But it was cute to see them trying to negotiate things together now as this throuple, whereas before it was Nat and Gigi arguing with each other and Alice just coming in to pretty much be a filler whenever they couldn't do the parent thing. It was really cute to see Nat talking to Alice about how the kids don't like her snacks and Gigi kind of seeing that dynamic between them. I think that's going to be fun to watch them become a whole mess.
Yeah.
I mean, I actually hope it works out because I feel like poly relationships always get portrayed as like this big mess. So it'd be nice to see if this rolled out in a cleaner way.
Yeah. That took me to the, there were some weird moments in this episode. I mean, not like crazy weird because I think it was a good episode, but like, I was bothered by Finley's performance in that scene with Rebecca where she like was sad. I was just like, I don't believe you. I believed her more when she like went off by herself, but sitting there in that conversation, I was like, act better.
And I wonder if it's because she was acting on top of acting. Like, she's Finley pretending, one, to be Finley, because who is Finley? Now that we know there's Sarah. And two, that she doesn't have this past that she's hurt by. She's trying to pretend like nothing's happened. Totally fine. It's just that you're the weird one being a priestess, queer boo. And she's like defensive. Like, am I the first woman you've been with? Like, she just keeps trying to turn it around as if it's not her.
Thinking about that, I'm like, for Rebecca to be all religious, like she can't give people second chances. Didn't Jesus say turn the other cheek? I don't understand why she can't act like, hey, let me just test run you one more time. Because didn't she even throw out the love you first?
She did say I love you first.
Like, how you gonna say I love you and then kick her out off of something like that? Like,
twice.
That was rude.
I don't think that Finley needs to be with anybody.
Fair. Fair enough.
But yeah, it does show a weakness in Rebecca.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, you one night stander. I just made that word up, but you hit her with a one night stand. You tell her you love her. I feel like the amount of gas that Rebecca put on Finley's brain was whack.
Yeah.
Just to say, get out of my life. You're not my equal.
Yeah.
Like,
that was harsh.
Really?
I mean, I was thinking it, but you said that, Rebecca, and that was harsh.
She's totally your equal. Chill out. I mean, clearly, obviously, Finley has things to work through, but like, I thought that was kind of unnecessary.
Yeah.
Another awkward moment, what you made me think about, was that scene where we're with Nat, Gigi, Nag, and Alice, and that scene, the accompanying music to that was Janelle Monáe's "I Like It." I like that song, but where it came in was like, what? So let's go back.
Yeah.
It happens. So Felicity is still on Team Bet. She's hitting her up. And we see Felicity try to call Bet while Bet is dropping off Angie and Jordy at school. Jordy peeps her phone, notices that it's, not work, and that was Bet's lie. And Bet feels really uncomfortable about having to lie to her daughter. So she's like, hey, I guess they planned a meeting, and she's like, look, we got to dead this. And Felicity goes like, I love you. Fight for me, fight for us, do all this extra stuff. And she like, look, cuz, sorry.
Not doing it.
And then, boom, boom.
Yeah.
Boom, boom. I'm like, what? Are we happy now? Or are we? I'm
not happy. I'm not happy about the cancellation of Felicity.
I don't like what's happening right now. I don't like that. So and I loved Janelle Monáe, so I was like super excited to hear the song. And like the words, I was trying to be like, maybe they're trying to like play off the words. Like sometimes I'm mystery, sometimes I'm sweet.
Yeah.
Depending on my mood or attitude.
Maybe
I don't know.
It was Bet saying like, I don't really give a fuck about and it's just like
Maybe, but I was like, what? How do we get here?
I didn't like that.
But Felicity on the Rocks is not something I'm happy about. I would love to see more Felicity. I don't know how we're gonna. So maybe after Bet almost kills Felicity's ex-husband, I don't. Honestly, that's not how you go back into a relationship.
I knocked your husband down the steps.
But you know what? I also feel like that's crazy to me if they try to play that like Bet did something crazy. I mean, there was a crowd of people who saw that he attacked her.
Pushed Angie.
Yeah, like that
and
was
I'm
crazy.
Sorry, you get knocked down the steps if you push my daughter.
Period. I wouldn't even think twice. Like if Bet's face was like, what about the campaign? It's like, what about my life? I'm not playing that with you, dude.
Honestly, the way Danny has run this campaign has aggravated me so much because I'm like, well, one, Danny, you should have actually changed the narrative from Bet is a cheater to her personal relationship shouldn't have anything to do with her politics. I don't know why if Bet's already running as a lesbian candidate, to me, I'm just like, push the envelope. Just push back. Keep pushing back. Because it's LA, and would people not support that? And maybe they wouldn't. Maybe I'm overestimating voters. I'm sure, plenty of people have run and had their campaign smashed by having infidelities. Unless they're men, they get to do whatever. But I'm just like, push back. And now that this guy has come and actually attacked her at her daughter's school, at her daughter's play. Also, does Angie still go to that school?
She was supposed to go to a public school, right?
So
I don't know.
She's even part of this production. Like, is this a separate thing?
Maybe she starts next term. Maybe she's starting, third quarter.
Like, you don't even go here.
That's hilarious. She doesn't. We already established that she has changed schools. Whatever. Or was that what? I don't know. I don't think too hard about it.
Maybe it's like a community thing. Like, is there like neighborhood play? But we could go into that because Jordy's parents have just dropped the ball. We haven't met her parents. All we know is Jordy has basically said they let me skip school, they let me smoke weed, and they don't show up to my plays.
That was so cute too. I think it's cute to watch Bet play this role of mom with these two budding queers.
It's so cute.
It's cute. It's really cute. So shout out for that. I was gonna say, so when we're at Jordy's play, one of my favorite parts about that was bringing the whole kit and caboodle along to watch and support Jordy because her parents are trash. So this is after Kiara comes with a bottle of whiskey to give to Shane as a peace offering to say, hey, look, boo, I don't need you, but I want you in my life, and that's a vibe. So cute. The throuple, they're like, we're coming to this play together, and
we're holding hands.
And we're holding hands.
So cute.
I feel like they kind of had to, though. The way they played that up on the last scene, it's like, what was it called? Like the Queen of Queers? What did they say on the
yeah, they did.
The Queen of Queer Life or something? So they're playing that up. But it was so beautiful to see how they rallied around Jordy to support her, and
nobody was fucking with Jordy to begin with.
They were some hood rats in that play, though. Did you see them? Like, what? They were like,
standing up, yes,
like they
taking
might as well.
flash photos.
It's terrible,
and you can't do that at a play.
They were so awful.
They were great, though. Great.
I know that made Jordy feel good. I know that make anybody feel good to be like, wow, there are people out there who love me, and they went up there and they stood up and they showed out and showed that love. So
and brought her flowers.
Yeah,
that was super cute. And the whole thing was Angie was a part of the set crew.
That was funny.
She's not even really in the play.
That was so funny.
Which now makes sense as to why Angie was saying, like, Mom, you don't have to come. Like, because I'm not actually. I mean, I'm in theater. I love set crews. Y'all do a lot. But she wasn't performing.
Yeah.
So that made more sense because I was like, why is Angie like pushing better ways? She's still mad about, this infidelity and how people are coming for her. I felt like Angie got what she wanted. She got to be in her public school, even though she's getting dropped off with Jordy. So I'm like, did y'all film this out of order? What happened? Where's the person, where's the dramaturg pointing out the inconsistencies? Yeah. Whatever. But I think it was nice to see that turnaround and to see, Angie actually ask Bet, like, I need you to step up for my boo who you told me not to even be around. And Bet was like, yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that, and I'm going to bring the whole queer community.
Yeah, that was fire.
That was
pretty fire.
Super, super cute.
I don't want to forget. So, in the episode, Danny comes back from a jog, and she has a package from her dad. This package is prenup papers, and total surprise to them, and so I'm thinking, boom, this is going to be when Sophie goes off. Surprisingly, Sophie doesn't go off. Sophie's like, cool. Hey, no, it's cool. I'll sign him up. I don't care. I just want to be with you. Womp womp. Danny's not feeling that. She's like, no, we're going to go take this up to Papa right now. They go up. She cusses him out. She's like, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you.
Because in the prenup, it says that if Sophie has the kids, they're not going to have access to the trust and the money in the companies. Only if Danny has the kids. So the daddy is pretty much like, you're not about to have my real grandkids.
Yeah.
Only my daughter can give me that.
Yeah. And so, they go up there. Danny goes off, and then they leave. They're headed home. Danny's like really frustrated about how everything kind of went down, and she doesn't want to talk about it. But Sophie is like, talk about it.
Yeah.
Keep talking. I knew that a car accident was going to happen. And I'm really glad that it didn't. But the whole scene was like, oh my God.
Please leave her alone. She is on edge. She's not even watching the road, really.
Yeah. So Sophie keeps trying to get responses out of Danny. Danny's, obviously over it, and she drops her off at home. And then we find out later that Danny has a problem. Not Danny. Sophie is frustrated by Danny's inability to talk to her about issues. And this to me kind of comes back around to the ring not fitting, to this whole thing of just like, what is y'all's communication? Like, where are you? I see that there's a lot of love, but it goes in and out. It's like they have a bipolar love relationship. And I'm still not able to find the consistencies in their romance and how they really see each other, which is weird for me. I don't think they need to get married.
Yeah, I don't think they're ready. I think, they haven't really learned how the other person works or accepted how the other person works. For me to convince me that Sophie is right in this situation, and I get it, you're in this relationship, you're like, we're about to get married, we should be on the same page. But I think what people forget is you are still two separate human beings.
Yeah.
Who do things in your own way. And I was just like, why are you pushing her to process this so fast right now? I need a flashback to something else that's happened in your relationship where Danny keeps putting it off. I need to see where the conversation will never happen if it doesn't happen right now.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully they'll show us something about the past of their relationship that validates what Sophie is saying. Because so far I'm just like, yeah, y'all are not equals.
Mm-hmm. I wonder, I mean, I do hope that there's some sort of mediation in their relationship. I don't know, who can step up out of everybody in the cast, who out of the characters that we have right now. But, I mean, it seems like they just need to have a conversation about how to fight for one another and how to see each other even better.
Maybe that will happen with Bet if Bet doesn't end up fucking Danny.
But oh my God.
She will.
I really hope not. At first I was like, yeah, Ben and Danny, do that. But then, so after they have this argument, Danny ends up going back to the office and it's late night. Bet's there too. Bet goes and is trying to figure out why Danny's all emotional. And eventually Danny reveals, I fucking hate my dad. He doesn't see me as a human and yada, yada, yada. And during the episode, you brought up that in the original L Word, that kind of parallels Bet's relationship with her father. Bet's dad never approved it and really wasn't with the shits. So Bet can kind of be that mentor, that big sister character to Danny. And so that actually, it started to make me feel like if that turns sexual, don't do that.
It could mess it all up.
Don't do that.
It can mess it all up because Danny really does need somebody. And Sophie has her sister. So hopefully her sister will give her some better advice. Like I like that Sophie has people around her. She has her sisters and her mom. And they've seemed to give her some pretty decent advice. It seems like she's becoming more and more reluctant a little bit to open up to them. So I hope that she keeps building that relationship because I feel like that's something we don't see is queer people who have a strong relationship with at least some of the people in their family and have them as a resource. Whereas Danny doesn't really have that. Like her dad is kind of like, yeah, I'm going to support you as long as it doesn't hurt the family business.
I can't believe that he would, get the venue, pay for all this stuff, do da 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 da, and then be like, no,
Yeah.
What?
I wonder if he was trying to butter her up. Like, all right, you're going to do what you want to do. I'm still going to protect this family business. Maybe if I can distract you with this is what your mom would want.
Mm-hmm.
That he thought maybe it would go over well. He was really pissed at the way that Danny was talking to him. So it seems like she's never really stood up to her for herself until now.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why I'm like, Sophie, give her a minute. Like,
yeah.
Big up her for, that she actually had that conversation and put her foot down in a way that really Sophie would have done it.
Mm-hmm.
It seemed like she really came out of character for that. So I would just be like, you know what, boo, you did that. All right, let's talk about it next week.
Let's talk about it later. Absolutely. Yeah, Sophie's character gets on my nerves. And if we see like the little preview from next week, it looked like Sophie might start getting even more on my nerves.
Wait,
but
Finley?
We'll figure that out. We'll figure that out later.
Yeah.
We have not talked about Micah and Jose. So Jose had spent the night. He's walking out, and right before he leaves, he's like, "I love you."
Too much.
Micah plays it off like, "See ya, fuck you later, TTYO." But they end up revisiting later on. I don't know, later on, and that's when Micah starts to open up about his past. as a lesbian.
Yeah. And so, because Jose is like, I've never been in a relationship with somebody who I can talk to so easily. And, I think that's something that when you're growing up being cultured as a woman, that you learn how to have those communication styles. So it was really interesting for Micah to tie into that past and still own his manhood. And then Micah is just like, well, I want to try something with you. And basically tells Jose, I want you to touch me in the places that I haven't been letting people touch me. So that was really cool to see on TV how that conversation happened, and the trust that's between them. I'm still like, love, really? And I'm glad that Micah didn't go there with I love you too, because I think he is really trying to figure out, what is safe with Jose.
Mm-hmm.
And Jose still never explained why he canceled on their date and basically disappeared for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm waiting to see where that comes in. Like, how trustworthy is Jose?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, who knows? I think it was interesting though to see this FTM and male, like biologically male relationship. Where is that? Where is that on TV? Like, where do you ever see that? Never. So just shout out for even representing, all sorts of folks and walks of life. Like that's really cool to even, to go down that.
And with Tessa's character, because on the show, it doesn't seem like Tess is a trans character. She seems to just be a cis lesbian. But in real life, the person who plays Tess is trans, and Finley just totally finger fucks her. And so I was like, that is really cool to see as well, that they are, really showing the vast ways that people are having sex within the queer community.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that Tess is trans. Tess is real character identifies as trans. So yeah, cool. I'm trying to think. Did we miss anything? What else happened in this episode? What else happened in this episode? Y'all say something. Say something.
I'm gonna refer to the notes, see if there was anything that we missed.
Then Felicity fight for us, and Monet. No almonds in Thai food. I wrote that down. What was that? What was that? When they're sitting down talking, and then she's like, make sure you say no almonds. And then Alice is like, there's no almonds in Thai food. And it's like, well, you have to say it because it's, they'll pop up.
I wonder if Nat has an almond allergy. Maybe she's worried about that. Maybe that's something that's between her and Gigi. Maybe there's an inside joke there.
Okay. If anybody knows what that inside joke is, I surely didn't understand. And that didn't make any sense to me.
Oh, okay. So Tess and Shane have this conversation. And Shane's just like, can I trust you to run this bar? And Tess is like, you're worried about trusting me. You're fucking Lena. You've ruined my relationship. And she also reveals that she needs Finley to run the bar with her. So Shane walks out, is just like, you know what? You're responsible for her. So when it comes to the night where Tess is actually supposed to be running the bar, Tess is lit. She is dancing with everybody.
And yet she's still serving everybody.
The bar is full.
She's drunk as hell.
By the way, Dana's is a cute bar.
It is a really cute bar.
I want to go to Dana's. Can y'all open up some Dana's around the country?
Please.
So,
I believe it.
Yes. So I just thought it was interesting that Shane is just like, can I trust you? And then that very night, like, Tess was not trustworthy. She and Finley are lit. Finley doesn't even know what the hell she's doing. She doesn't know how to fix any drinks. They are getting blasted together. And then they end up having sex in the back. And it's unclear if the bar is even closed or not. I'm hoping it's closed. But I think that's going to come back up. If Finley and Tess keep on this downward spiral, we're going to drink together, and Tess fucks this bar up, that's going to be really unfortunate for the whole community. And I think Shane is going to blow up.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I think we've gotten through everything in this episode. I think this was a solid episode. I think it was really exciting. I think there were moments where I was like, oh my gosh, what's going to happen next? And yeah, a lot of like little things, like It got real spicy, real
Yeah.
quick. So what happens in episode 6? I'm excited.
It's going to be really exciting. I think they did a really good job of ramping things up because we do only get 8 episodes and this is the 5th one. So I think the next 3 are just going to be a nice rush. And I wonder what the cliffhanger is going to be.
I want to ask you, I want to go through the whole cast and be like, smash or pass.
Okay, let's
smash or pass. Like, where are we at? Okay.
All right.
Let's start with Alice. 3, 2, 1.
Smash.
All right.
Because her outfits are fire.
Her outfits are fire
Yeah.
every time. Like, was she this fly in the first hour? I don't remember
I
her being
always
that fly.
loved Alice, but she went through stages. Like when she was in depressed Dana stage, not fly. But she was always really cute. She had this like cutesy look, and now I feel like her look is a lot edgier and a lot more confident.
Yeah.
So yeah, but Alice on personality would smash for sure. She's hilarious. She would be super fun to hang around. I wouldn't want to keep smashing her. No relationship with Alice. Would never do that.
Okay. Who else?
You didn't smash her pass.
Would I smash Alice? Yes. Off the strength of them fits. And her sense of humor. She's just funny as hell.
She is.
I love what Alice contributes to the show.
Yeah.
Overall. Even though it's like, yeah, in real life that might be irritating sometimes, but then it wouldn't. It's cool to have somebody who's like, who can break the ice, you know, and kind of bring in that comedic element when things are really, really tense. So, yeah.
Okay, Shane.
No.
Old
Shane is like super skinny. I think that's probably like, even like in the scene when she's putting her clothes on with Kiara,
Yeah.
I was like, eat a sandwich.
Skinny shamer.
I mean, it's not for everybody. I'm not mad. You just asked me if I would. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, no to Shane. I would have smashed Shane in the original L Word. Right now, she's giving me, and I love Joan Jett, but she's giving me like the Joan Jett vibes where it is expired for me.
What's funny is that I do feel like I will be more likely to smash now. Shane now than the first
time. All right. Bet.
Oh yeah. What do you mean? I'm Bet's biggest fan. Bet.
I'm not gonna smash Bet.
What?
No, she's too bossy. But I like her.
But you know what I like about Bet is
friends.
It's no strings attached. You know what I'm saying? Bet you can hit and quit.
Or she'll quit you.
Exactly.
Like
that's what I'm saying.
Felicity.
You know, you can you don't have to stay in that forever. Tess.
No, I wouldn't smash Tess. She's not my type.
Rebecca.
Maybe. I'm feeling her hair. That's it.
Okay.
You, Tess?
No, her makeup was looking like kind of cakey in this episode. I was like, so it looks a little like, I don't know. She looked kind of ghosty. I didn't like that.
She looked super depressed, like and swollen eyed, like she'd been crying all night.
Oh, that might have been what it is.
You didn't say about Tess. Smash pass.
I just said Tess, right? Didn't you just say Tess? Wasn't I just talking about Tess?
Did you say it?
I said no.
Oh, okay. No to Tess. Okay. Lena.
Yeah, flip a coin.
No for me.
I might. Yeah, I might.
Okay. Gigi.
I might grab Gigi's booty. If Gigi said that was cool, I might rub her booty. I don't know. I would dance with Gigi really sexually.
Okay.
That's
all right. All right. Gigi's. I would make out with her. That's probably it. It's a no for me. And Nat never.
Yeah. I don't know where Nat came from in this group, but apparently they all like her. So I'll let it slide.
Kiara.
All right. We'll see you guys later. I'm gonna go think about. I'm just kidding. Yeah, Kiara's a rock star, right? Isn't that what they said? She's like a musician or something. Or am I making that up?
She's famous. She's famous for something.
Okay. I want to see Kiara in action and not just Shane's boo.
That's true. Because if she's not talented, it's a no. No, I'm just kidding. It will be a yes, but we don't talk about your music.
Yeah. I would. You know, that they need to bring that into the show, which I feel like they will. Yeah. We'll see why and how Shane and Kiara even came to be, why they came, and also, thinking about when she was like, I'm not scared of you. That was an interesting line, and an interesting, like, I'm going to make sure, I know all those other people are scared of you, but I'm not. And it's like, what inspired her to say that? Why is she so bold? How does she have Shane in the palm of her hand? We've got to find that out this season.
I'm also unclear is Shane still a makeup, or not a makeup artist, a hairdresser? Is Shane now full-time model? They had the picture of her for Shane's birthday on her cake where she did the underwear campaign. And so I'm trying to, like, what does Shane do? Has Shane retired? Has she just made her money and she's just like living her life retired in the hills?
Yeah.
What does Shane do? Finley, smash pass.
Hell no.
Never ever.
And let me not. I'm not even gonna say that. I was gonna come for the hair under her arms, but honestly, I'm not mad at hair under your arms. I think live your life. I've done it. I've gone wild, but I don't know. Finley's don't play, man. That don't play. She not playing.
Finley's just a mess to me.
Finley as a kid,
it's not attractive. Yeah, and she's a moocher. I feel like if you let Finley hit, she'll never leave your house. Like, you would have to evict her.
Facts. Facts. Facts.
Let's see. Danny.
Maybe not like, I don't know. Danny doesn't hit me like that. Sophie could get a pass.
I would
if Sophie like stopped talking. If Sophie stopped being mean all the time.
I would hang out with Sophie. I would probably smash Sophie. I would probably try to get in with Danny and Sophie because I feel like they might balance each other. It might be cool in that way. And then I'm not interested in fucking Mike because I don't like fucking dudes. So
there you go.
There we go. So yeah.
All right. I don't know. I thought that would be fun and funny to go through. I want to know, like, who are your favorites? Who are your crushes? Yeah. What did you like about this episode? What didn't you like? What are you looking forward to in the next one? Let us know. Yeah, and let us know what you're watching besides the L Word Generation Q, so we can know what to do next. Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see everybody next week, hopefully from Kofi House. Yes. Bye. Bye.